Right folks, I'm just making a video here in regards to the demo on Saturday. We decided in Cork to do something different this time, and that difference was to create a real unified nationalist movement, a demo, a peaceful assembly of real nationalists. So we decided that we ain't going to control the mic, and we ain't going to control who speaks and who does not. After all, censorship is communism. But the last few demos that I've been at, seems to be a dictatorship of who can speak and who can speak about what. So in Cork we decided if we want a real unified system, we would offer the mic to everyone, regardless of who likes who and who dislikes who, because that's what unity means. So we handed the invitations out to every single so-called Irish nationalist organisation and every single main actor at this stage of the Irish nationalist forefront. Many accepted, many didn't. Now I won't be naming any names in this video, except two. Okay, so we decided Cork Says No will have no censorship. Sounds great, doesn't it? As a nationalist, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Absolutely, it sounds great. There was a key plan to see who is who and who really cares about saving this nation, or who really cares about platforming themselves. Because you see, at the moment there seems to be a lot of optic merchants, and I can assure you lads, optics will be the death of us. People are worried about, oh, what if they call me this because I'm seen with that person? I can assure you lads, after fucking 5 years they're going to call it to you anyway. They don't call you racist, fascist, Nazi for no reason. It's not because you may be a racist, fascist or Nazi. It's to put a fucking target on your back. And I'm surprised you haven't realised that by now. Now, some people decided not to turn up because of another individual. And an individual that's been on the forefront of an Irish nationalist movement for far longer than anyone else. Okay, that's grand. You don't want to stand next to somebody? Don't call for unity, lads. Do not call for unity if you don't want to stand next to somebody because you dislike somebody. The fucking nation is burning around us, and you're worried about who thinks what and who says what? I can assure you Patrick Pearson, James Connolly didn't always agree with our political views. That being said, the betterment of the nation is what they stood and fought for, because that's what patriots do. There's nobody in this movement is a patriot until they have blood spilt trying to fight for this country and nation. Now, we have two seemingly contrasting different people targeting our movement in Cork because of our free speech, because of our no censorship. Obviously, the left. We have Stephen Granger, Cork's Red FM, Stevie G, calling for anti-fascist action, a militant terrorist organisation to counter us. Now, I'm neither left nor right, lads. I believe in freedom of speech and expression. I believe in the left's right to protest what's happening in Palestine, the absolute destruction and genocide that is being carried out in Palestine, as is their right to highlight these issues. I will fight and die for the right of a man to decide to wear a dress and call himself a female, because again, once it's his personal choice and it's not affecting anyone else, it's none of my business. That being said, I will also fight and die for the rights of somebody to say you're a degenerate freak, because that's freedom of speech and expression, lads. There is no in-betweens. If the left want to silence me and I want to silence the left, well, that's control, total control, which we cannot allow. I digress. Where we are going right now is into a neoconservative right-wing government, and that neoconservative right-wing government is not fascist, nor is it Nazi. It is communism. Communism isn't a left-wing LGBTQ and all this, it's fucking populism. You only have to look at communist China. Why do you think the left think it's fascism? Because people are indoctrinated into believing that left and right wing are actually real ideas. They're not. Left and right wing are two wings of the internationalist bird. And when people decide to understand these truths, they'll understand what's happening. Now, Kieran Kelly, seeming to be an internationalist, aligning himself with a lot of Irish nationalists, but attacking real nationalists, people with ethnocentric views. So how is he a nationalist? Nationalist and the nation is formed by blood and soil. He is trying to convert Irish nationalists into a diluted idea that, you know, we can all be one, we can all be Irish, we can all be whatever else. We cannot. If we want to protect Ireland, we need to do so by protecting blood and soil. He is now aligning himself with a lot of civic nationalists. I'll explain that in a second. But civic nationalism is not true nationalism. True nationalism, yes, culture and heritage and faith are essential, but they are all things that can be revived. Our race and the soil that we lose cannot. We are standing at a very dangerous time where the conversion of the establishment left turns into the establishment right. And people will either have to decide now, do they stand with the idea of a nation, not free merely, but Gaelic as well. Not Gaelic merely, but free as well. And to put the blood of the Irish people first and foremost in this nation, which is our own homeland. We are losing our homeland very fast, and I can assure you, optics and libertarianism and the idea of conservatism is the slow death into the New World Order. We have serious people right now trying to silence free speech and free expression. But more sad, these people are trying to stop real nationalism from growing. Kieran Kelly, the wild geese, flying home to save the nation. Sounds like a Hollywood movie, doesn't it? Well, I can assure you, it's not. It is exactly the script that's needed to flip our control system from establishment left to establishment right, all the way into a communist, Chinese-looking utopia. Communism doesn't care about LGBTQ. It doesn't care about your race, your skin colour. It doesn't care about anything. It's not tolerant. I can assure you it's only tolerant once you obey to the system that it tells you to obey. Those pulling the strings of communism and capitalism, those pulling the strings of left-wing Bolshevism or Marxism, and those pulling the strings of right-wing Zionism, they don't care what your sexuality, as I said earlier, is. They don't care what colour skin you are. To the point that once the useful idiots on the left and the right are done with, as soon as the Iron Curtain comes down, you're straight to the gulags if you do not believe or if you disagree with their ideologies and their commands. You will be outlawed for being gay, even though they used the LGBTQ to get there. They don't care about you. As I said, nationalism cares about its people because you're kin. You're the extension of our family. regardless of your mistakes. We are going into a society where you either comply or die if we do not stop the rot right now. And nationalism, tribalism is the only cure for this internationalist cancer. The one reason Ireland is failing right now is because of weakness. You are either a nationalist or a traitor. We are on the verge of extinction and people are fighting over absolutely ridiculous, childish stuff. If you truly love your nation, we must stand against all international interference and resist all international finances. As I can assure you, they will start dictating Ireland's policies, and not in the best interest of Ireland, I may add. Irish nationalism is failing because of Zionist subversion, but also because of great weakness. Civic nationalists sneer at real nationalists' extreme ethno-nationalist beliefs as if pride in our race is a crime. Civic nationalism is a form of nationalism where the nation is defined by shared political values, citizenship and territory, rather than by ethnicity, race or religion. It emphasises liberal values like freedom, equality and individual rights, creating a community of citizens who are bound by a common devotion to these principles. Anyone from all races and religious doctrines can be a member of civic nationalist movement by adhering to its values and political system, regardless of their background. You see, civic nationalism is open, inclusive and diverse, meaning it does not put race or even the nation's soil first, meaning they are not true nationalists. Let me be clear, any nationalist who isn't ethnocentric is no nationalist at all. Nationalism is tribalism. Without the Irish bloodline, there is no Irish nation. Without the Irish soil, there is no Irish nation, blood and soil. The time for a unified, real nationalist front is now. Either we go nationalist or we go extinct. I also need to address another thing. We in Cork raise funds from our own pockets to raise flags high above all the poles in Cork. Over 170 we put up. A flag that our men and women died to protect. And before Cork Says No, the establishment decided to take all 170 of them down. Our Irish flag. If you're okay with that, lads, I'm certainly not. Where's the anger? Where's the passion for your country and your nation? We need you, and we need you now. This nation is falling apart very, very quickly, and your silence is compliance to the state's war on our nation. So on Saturday, we are holding a demo, a peaceful assembly, to try to stop this internationalist, communist curse that's sweeping our lands right now, in the face and in the guise of both left wing and right. The time, lads, is now. You have to pick a side. Do you want this nation to falter? Do you want it to fall into the internationalist globalist hands, where Michael Collins, Patrick Pearse and all our heroes of before, even James Connolly, fought to try to protect our land? Or do you stand with our international foes? Or do you stand with your national brothers, your national sisters? I can only hope that my brothers and sisters of this nation will be there on Saturday in Cork and not swanning around at stupid demos that have absolutely no substance to this new world order, spoiling your votes. What the fuck was that demo called for? Only to cut numbers. Only to cut numbers. Why was it cutting numbers? because, as I said, the establishment left and the establishment right are working hand in glove to try to stop us on Saturday. Why? Because the establishment wants to control the narrative. It wants to control civic nationalism. It wants to control the idea that we can be saved by international finances and international policies guiding our future. Folks, this is why we are in the situation we are in today. Please stand with those of us trying to cull this international cancer from the land of Éire go bra.
The skies of Éire's green, where history's tales
ain't taking our flags away from us.
Our tricolour flies, a sacred sign of stories brave and bold. From rebel hearts to fields of war, it waved through blood and tears. The green, white, orange, stitched with pride, our emblem through the years.
Oh, raise the flag of Ireland high, let it soar above the fray. They call it hate, they tear it down, but it will not fade away. While foreign banners catch the breeze and rainbows fill the schools, our tricolour stands for freedom's heart and will not bend to fools.
They wave the flags of distant lands, with pride they stake their claim. Palestine and Ukraine's colors dance, no scorn, no whispered shame. Yet Ireland's own, our native cloth, they brand with bitter lies. They call it hate to love our home beneath these ancient skies.
Oh, raise the flag of Ireland high, let it soar above the fray. They call it hate, they tear it down, but will not fade away. While foreign banners catch the breeze and rainbows fill the schools, our tricolour stands for freedom's heart and will not bend to fools.
Now they hoist new creeds with colours loud and brash. They teach the young to shun their roots, to scorn their fathers' past. But we, the sons of Éire's soul, will hold our banner tight. No NGO, no shadowed hand can dim our sacred light.
The voices loud with pens of power, they twist our nation's name. They call us small, they call us wrong. For pride they deem us shame. But every thread of green and white, of orange, bold and free, sings of the blood that built this land, our right to destiny.
Oh, raise the flag of Ireland high, let it soar above the fray. They call it hate, they tear it down, but it will not fade away. While foreign banners catch the breeze and rainbows fill the schools, our tricolour stands for freedom's heart and will not bend to fools.
So let them scorn, let them decree. Their words will break like waves. Our flag will fly where heroes died, above their hallowed graves. For Ireland's heart beats in its folds, no shame can tear it down. The green, white, orange calls us home, forever freedom's crown.